There we go. Ah, what a nice day. All right. Pop a squat here. Drink water. So, move more a little bit. You guys are a little more this way. Okay. So, that was fun. I know it doesn't seem like much of a workout. You're like, Jesus, like 2 minutes there. But it actually is. I can really feel the burn in my arms from the push-ups and the nunchucks. And the thing is, even though it seems like you're just working your arms, you're not when it comes to push-ups or nunchucks, because like, especially with push-ups, you have to use your abs. And with nunchucks, it's weirdly kind of a full body workout. Like if you do the spinning around, like I said, or the moving your hips and stuff. I don't know why. I think it's weird. Something about nunchucks, it's just, I think because it takes a lot of like, concentration too, so it's kind of like this full mind and body workout. It's actually a pretty cool workout in a very short amount of time. And if you go for a long time, man, that would be, I mean, then you're like Bruce Lee, you see how fit he is. You know, and nunchucks are his, like, they are a workout. And it's great because it's so quick. Like I said, it's not like this insanely long workout. Like, we used to go to the gym. Oh, we were talking about this yesterday. We used to go to the gym for like 2.5 hours every day. We went for 2 years. We did not miss a day. We went Christmas Day. We went every single day. Oh, hey, Mark Fusion. We all love Mark Fusion. If anyone doesn't know Mark Fusion, go check out his channel. He's awesome. He's got just all kinds of interesting things on his channel. But anywho, he's a great guy. So we were doing the gym thing, and we were in this contract with LVAC, Las Vegas Athletic Club, which is a great club. And they're very affordable, but back in the day, they made you do a 2-year contract, and Richard hated the idea of that, because he was like, he felt like we were just getting into working out, and it's like, it wasn't that much money, though. It was only like, I think it was anywhere from $10 to $19 a month. I can't remember per person. So it wasn't like an exuberant amount of money, but still Richard was just like, it's a long contract. So we did the full contract. It was really weird. Like, it was like, we didn't fully mean to. It was just like, something about the 2 year, we were like, we're going to do this. And then right about the 2 year, it was like a month before the contract was, or no, it wasn't even that. No, we finished the contract and then we were paying month to month. That's right. Because then you could pay month to month. No, so we did the full 2 year. I can't remember everything. It's been a while. But then we've never gone back to the gym since. And that was 2014 to 2016, like middle of 2014 to 2016. And to like sometime in 2016. We loved going. We had a great time. I would do these fun classes, and they have a indoor track, and so I would run every morning. I'm a runner, and Richard's not really a runner. He can get to be, but that's not like his favorite thing. But he, at the time, was pretty heavy, and so he started running, and it was the sweetest thing because he just had so much heart, and I would like lap him so many times because I'm like a runner and I'm fast. And Rich was just out there because he was heavy at the time. But once he started to lose weight, he started to get pretty fast. He probably could beat me now running for sure. But back then, I was much lighter than him. That's when Richard was like at his heaviest, and then that's why we started working out. But bless his heart, he'd be out there running. And there was this one girl that was always we would go to there's all these different clubs, but there's one on Flamingo. This one girl was the fastest girl I have ever seen in person, and I'm in track, and she would go for an hour on that track at the like fastest speed. I mean, she was just lapping everybody, and it was just like, it was insane. It was insane. I don't know how. I mean, the most fit small little girl, but like so fit, just like all muscle. But it was so impressive. And I used to just be like put to shame by that girl. But we had a good time. And then they had all these classes. I took this heat class. I would take this heat class, and I'd take this kickboxing and all these. Oh, I had a crush on one of the teachers. Richard knew. I would tell. I've had very few like little crushes in a sense, like since we've been married. But you do get them, and he gets them too. And he never admits it, but I know when he has them. I'm like, I do not. Don't you say that. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. And so it's occurred a couple of times at certain places that we've gone to. And there was this one instructor that I used to be, I had a little crush on, and I would tell Rich, and then he would always try to embarrass me. Like if he saw the little instructor out and about at the gym, Richard said it. So yeah, fun like that. We always have fun with. I always check out girls because I find women attractive. So I've done that for years. I'm like, Richard, look at that one over there.
Good morning.
Who says?
Beth.
Oh, hi Beth. Bethadone. I call her Beth, but Bethadone. I don't even know if Beth is her name, but I call her Bethadone. Or I call her Beth because her thing is Bethadone. Hi, how are you doing? So I don't know how many days she's sober now. I hope you're still on the train. If not, stay strong again. You can do it again because I fell off and got back on. But Bethadone was a couple more days, maybe even almost a week ahead of me, because with her sobriety, she was trying to quit alcohol as well. So I don't know her status right now. I don't stay up on people's stuff too much because one thing, I haven't been feeling good. I was better I would try to kind of know a little more what was going on in the YouTube community, but I've been really out of it lately because I haven't been feeling good. So I sleep way more than I would want to. And so I find I don't have that much time in the day. If you sleep a lot, there's not a lot of time in the day. Where I'm not normally that much of a sleeper, so I have all this time. But I've been sleeping so much that I'm like, where'd all the time go? Oh, I was in bed. But last night, oh my gosh, I slept a lot. I don't know what happened last night. I fell asleep at whatever time. I didn't even know Richard picked up the ladies, and then he did a live. I was out. Which I've been getting really good sleep though, which is nice when I sleep, because I feel like when I have the sugar or alcohol, I wake up in the night, more. This is when I'm sleeping really good and solid, and nothing wakes me up. I mean an emergency would wake me up, but I don't hear if Richard's rustling around. Where a lot of times I'm having the sugar, then I kind of wake up to all these noises and stuff. So it's been nice. It's been real restful sleep. And today is day 10, no alcohol. Day 7, no sugar, which feels really good. But my only concern now is tonight I have to go to dinner with a client. And I'm not worried about the alcohol. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a tease to me, a little bit of temptation, probably because I'm at a restaurant, but this person doesn't drink. So it would be more weird. I'd have to go out of my way to try to drink with this person, ask them, do you mind if it would just be weird, So that shouldn't be too much of a temptation, but my bigger issue is we're going to a steak restaurant, which isn't a problem, but I've gone to dinner with this person before. This is one of my only clients I go to dinner with. I've been going to dinner with this person for years. So it's a really good client, a good friend in a sense of the family now. And they're coming from New York. It's someone that I see in New York and Vegas. So I originally saw this person in Vegas, and then when I moved to New York, I started seeing them in New York because they were from New York, and but they still come to Vegas, so it's cool. But the person likes to share things, he likes to get a salad and share it, and get an appetizer and share it. And so it's one of those things, it's tough because people can get offended if you don't want to eat their food. But he does know that I do the keto diet occasionally. He knows that because at other times I wasn't fully on the diet, and I did partake with him of the salad. But he knows other times I didn't, so it's just one of those things. But it makes it you feel kind of annoying, you feel you're high maintenance, oh no, I can't eat that, oh no, but I really am. I am, and I don't like that feeling, but it is what it is. So it's a steak restaurant, so I'm gonna get steak. That won't be a problem, but having to refuse him wanting to share the stuff, because it's appetizer stuff, is a little bit, I hate that I have to do that. But I really don't want to have any sugar today, because I'm a week off the sugar, and it just would be so annoying to have to do that. So I really hope it just goes smoothly, where I can just be I'm I'm just gonna have my steak today. I'm not gonna, and not offend him in any way. It is hard when people find food to be such a, a sharing of love in a sense. But it shouldn't really be that way because, like, the things that are usually the sharing of love are usually really sugary things. So it's like, you almost have to offend people to not have their sugary bad food, you know what I mean? Luckily, this isn't food he made. That's even worse. If someone let you into their house and you don't want to have what they made, and that's really bad. We stopped going to family functions, me and Richard, when we started doing this diet because people get offended. You don't want to eat their food. I'm good, and they really do get offended, So, like, we were going for a couple times we had gone, actually not a couple times. One time we went to Gloria's family, and we were on a smoothie diet then, so it wasn't even this diet. And they were so offended because we would not eat anything but smoothies back then. So weird. We only ate smoothies, which was like all sugar. Oh no, we only do all sugar drinks. None of anything, none of that protein. We were like vegans at the time. Now we're the opposite way. Now we're like, stay away from the sugar. But you live and learn. But I hate being those high maintenance people. It's just it's annoying. But anywho, Mets game last night. Mets are in a real slump. They've lost like 20 of the last 30 of games they've played or something like that, somewhere around there. It might even be, something like that. It's a mess. And poor Lindor and a couple of them are in real slumps. And Lindor is the team captain. And I feel really bad for him because he can be amazing when he's on, but he's been doing bad. So he was like had missed like the last 14 times he'd been up to bat. He didn't get a hit, and then he finally got one yesterday, like at the end of the game. But if he had got a home run, it would have been a grand slam, and he could have tied the game. Instead, he just got a hit, and they ended up losing. It's been a real mess, but it was 5-2. The Cincinnati Reds have been just slaughtering the Mets. It's just been bad. Like neither side is doing good, offense or defense. So it's just a mess right now. And then they need to win today. The game's at 11, or they're going to be swept by the Cincinnati Reds, which is just unfortunate. So I'm like, it's not that I want them to win all the time, but it's unfortunate when you see where they're just really struggling. Like no one can get the hits that they normally get, or like even Terrence made a really bad mistake yesterday, and he doesn't usually do that, the catcher. So it was not good. So fingers crossed they can pull it together today. It sucks when they get swept, but it was a cool day yesterday because I didn't know. I just recently got back into the Mets because it was something that my family was into when I was very young, but I just recently started watching, so I didn't know about some of these other players, and so they awarded David Wright with his number got retired, number 5, and so it was a really cool day yesterday, and he was there. But it could have been so much better because, like, literally he thought that everyone thought Alonso got a home run to, like, tie up the game, and then all of a sudden it was a foul ball, and even Dave Wright was watching in one of the boxes, and like it just would have been cool, on the day he was there for the ceremony if they could have won.
Says don't worry about it.
Huh?
Tell your client that you're on a diet or something.
No, that's what I'm saying. He already knows I do the keto diet, so it shouldn't be too much of a concern. Like, he knows sometimes I'm on these, like, what he probably thinks is like weird diets, because I don't even know if he knows what a keto diet fully is, but he does know that I do the protein. I think he knows what a keto diet is because he knows that I do. That's why he's taking me to a steak joint. So he knows I do that, but he doesn't know how rigid I am at times about it because, like, at other times I went to dinner with him, it was when I was in New York and I was already like off the wagon, So I just I have some of the salad. He thinks he usually gets like salad and like mushrooms or something like that, something simple like that. But I don't eat those things, which seem like simple. So, unless I'm. But it's it's not that it's going to be something that he's going to be like that high maintenance, annoying, not, you know what I mean? That's kind of like something that people like when they go to restaurants. Some people are into that. Some people are not. Some people are into just having their own stuff, but some people are into the world, but it's just, because this guy, he's a big guy. He likes to eat stuff. That's not the issue, because I only ever eat a little bit anyways, but I'm not gonna eat a lot with a clown. I'm gonna scarf down, ridiculous. So I just eat very lightly, but to just not partake at all. And then he also, I forgot, he also likes to get dessert. That I'm definitely sorry, not gonna to share a dessert, like super. So it's just gonna be not as good of an experience for him. Does that make sense? But I can't do much about that right now because I'm a week into my no sugar, and I'm just not gonna kill that day. But here's the other caveat: since I have to wait till later this evening because he's flying in today, I can't eat all day until dinner. Because in case I bloat, I won't be able to go to the appointment, and I have to go to the appointment. It's 100% necessary for me to go to the appointment. I can't cancel on him because it's just one of those things. Like you just don't do that. It would be very rude. And this is the only time he can see me. He's making time to see me because he's here for business, and it would be extremely inconsiderate of me because this person has done many favors for me of giving me money in advance if I need it, and then seeing him later for appointments. He's done that for many times. He has gotten me hotel rooms in New York City. I've been seeing him for years. I've known him since probably 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. So it would be just insanely rude to turn down this appointment, and I'm not getting paid for the dinner. The dinner is something that I just do. In New York, it's usually not too big of an inconvenience because, I don't have a lot to do there. Here, it's a little more of an inconvenience because I don't really want to have to go. I'd rather be home. But it's one of those things you just do. Some things you just have to do. And not that the person will necessarily be mad at you or not see you, but they'll be much happier. And, sometimes those things you do your things you have to do for work that are kind of like more socializing, less like you might have to go to happy hour with your coworker.
You got a couple friends in the audience. You know how the trolls come in and are trying to accuse you of being on pills or being on drugs. We got Mark Fusion in there saying no, she's just on weed. And Beth, of course, is backing you up.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, no weed, just weed. We actually, you know what weed I did this morning, which we just got the other day that is fabulous. It's called Apex. Has anyone had Apex? Oh man, I'm liking that. Yeah, we have weed and we have flour and we have concentrate, because we got this dab rig that attaches to our bong, which is fabulous. Because I never wanted to do the concentrate. We had done the syringes, but those are different. Those don't work as good as doing like the dab rig. But I didn't want that whole gear and all that stuff because it's normally like this big thing, and it just seemed like it would be something that would fall over in our room, So when Richard saw that our particular bong, that it's Air, H-E-I-R, air.com. No, smokeair.com is their thing. They have just an attachment to the actual bomb we have. So then I was like, oh, that's fabulous. So now we've been loving the concentrate, and it's been saving us a fortune because when you do the concentrate, you do less flour, and the concentrate is cheap. The concentrate is not nearly as expensive as the flour, which is interesting because...
At the end of the day, though, it gets it done, but... At the end of the day, you gotta almost have...
You do have to have the flour, though, too, if that's what you're trying to say.
Just had concentrate?
Yeah, I'm not happy with just the concentrate. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking when I say the brands or whatever it is, what is that? Strain? When I say the strain, I'm talking the flour. I don't even know what I'm doing with the concentrate because Richard he says, I don't touch this. I don't like torches. I really don't like torches. I don't know why. I don't really like fire, to be honest. I couldn't do lighters for years. Did you guys know that? I couldn't flick a lighter because I'd never smoked a cigarette. So up until about probably 2021, Richard had to light. No, when was it that I said no? Yeah, about 2021, Richard had to light all of my bongs. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. He still has to light like the pipes and the joints and stuff. I can't do those. Well, a joint, I'll just ruin it. Oh, there goes that one. And the pipes, I like burn myself. I don't like it because you have to turn it upside down. Oh, I don't know. I do not like being burned by lighters. Like, I don't like it. And so then torches are just, oh, no. That's just way too much flame and way too much heat. They scare the crap out of me. Richard has this tiny little one that I'll use for the candles. That one don't bother me as much because it's got this tiny little bit that comes out and but that big ass thing he's got, that like blowtorch thing, get the heck out of here. No. So he lights all of the my concentrates, but I will light my own flower now, and I can do that. But I actually have to turn it twice. I'm terrible with lighters, so I have to light the side of it and then turn it, and then light the other side to even get the little bowl going. I don't like to turn the lighter upside because it burns you. No, not a fan. I am not a fan of being burned by lighters. Like I don't know how people. Richard has like the highest tolerance for like it doesn't bother him, and I'm like, no, why are you doing that? See, he didn't take my phone, did he? I got music on. And he takes my phone, it gets choppy. Because it only has so much connection with your... I'm still using my same beats. So either they fixed themselves or I've adapted to it, but they got a little bit scratchier. They're not as clear as they were when I first got them. But Richard had ordered these AirPods. I didn't like those at all. And I didn't know how much he paid for them. When he told me that, I thought, yeah, you took my phone, it's getting choppy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I didn't know what he paid for them. I thought they were cheap. When he told me he paid like $150, I said, oh, absolutely not. No, send them craps back. No. For $150, forget it. Those were a piece of junk. I thought he spent like $50. That's what I felt like they were worth. Because those don't do anything. Because these you can double tap for the music, you can touch it to stop it, you can answer phone calls, those things, unless I never figured it out, maybe there's a way, but I was like, no. And so I returned those, and then I've just been using my same ones, because then we got these on sale a long time ago. It was like a Black Friday thing, or maybe it was a Prime Day thing, I don't know, but the price they are now, forget about it, get out of here. Get out of here. I've never paid full price for Beats, because their full price is insane. Like my Mickey Mouse ones, they're full price. They wanted $300 for those ones. No, I didn't. No, I got them at like way cheap one time. I think they were like $100 one time. I think they were used, but I don't care. And then same with these. I think we got them for like $100. Way better than the price they probably want for them now. Forget about it. Everything is going up on Amazon too, since all these tariffs and things, and all the taxes even before, because we used to get things from Amazon back in like 2019, and oh man, 2020, 2019, everything was, you could get things for like $2 on there from China, but then as soon as they got taxed back, whenever that was, I think when Trump first became president, everything started to go up, and then now it went up again. But, anywho, it is what, oh gosh, what is it? Is it 12 or is it 11? Was yesterday 12? How many days till New York, Richard?
Oh, I don't even know.
What is it? What is today? What is the date today? Is today the 20th?
Today's the 20th.
Oh, okay, then 11 days. So I leave on the 31st. 11 days. It's hard to remember, like 3 days to remember, but they keep changing every day, so I'm like, wait, what was it? Because I'm trying to remember, I got, 10 days no alcohol, 7 days no sugar, and 11 days to New York. And I'm really looking forward to it. I don't like leaving home. I really don't. I'm a homebody. I've always been that way. Even when I was a kid, I stayed home a lot. Like, I liked being home. I don't know. I'm not someone that has to be entertained by a ton of stuff. I just kind of like, being home, doing my little thing, but being in my own little space. but I do love New York, and I'm looking forward to going and not drinking. I'm a little worried with, hopefully I'm able to, cook the whole time I'm there with my burgers, because I really want to stay on the keto. But I'm definitely not worried about the alcohol. I know I'm going to be tempted. Like, I know I'm going to be tempted. I'm not stupid about that. Huh?
You getting hot?
Yeah, I'm going soon.
Yeah, it's getting hot out here.
I'm tongue-tied. Can you set up the light for, should I sit on my bed? Is that good? Or should I sit in the closet? Everything is best. And then I'll come in there in a minute. I'm not worried about the alcohol because I just am done with it. It caused so much havoc on my body. As much as I like to drink alcohol, the aftermath is just not worth it. And so I just am not gonna do it. It's like one of those things, like, by the time I get there, I'll be 3 weeks of no alcohol, and almost 5 weeks because I only sipped up that one day.
Do you guys see it?
That one day made me not want to drink again.
Do you guys see the bunny right behind you?
It was helpful, but I can't. It's kind of like it's a can't now. Like, I can't have to recover, taking a month to recover afterwards, basically, I can't feel sick the whole time I'm in New York. Like, I can't be passing out. I can't do it. It's not I don't want to, or it's like, no, I just can't. I can't go there anymore. It's not acceptable. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's not even fun, really. Like, there's this weird moment that I think is fun, and then that goes away, and the rest is just like horror. There's like this one moment you're like, oh, you might be, oh, it's bliss. But the rest of the experience of alcohol is just complete horror for me. And luckily, the horror was so recent that all I have to do is think about like how I just felt. And so even though, like I said, it'll be 3 weeks, but in 3 weeks I'm not gonna forget how I felt at the beginning of the month, because it was horrific. I mean, especially when I first got back from New York, it was really bad this time. And it took just so long to feel better. And I don't feel like drinking for 2 weeks and then feeling like crap for a month too, and feeling crap even during those 2 weeks. It's like, it's just a no. It's just a no now. And before, it was a maybe. And so that is why I caved in, but now it's just a no. So I really want to show everyone that when I decide no to something, that I stick with it.
Do one.
That when I say maybe,
Otherwise
then
we'll
I
do
probably do it.
bedroom.
But when I say no, it's just no. And I know that the first 2 days are going to be the roughest of just being like, because it became a habit, and it's not that I drink every day of every trip. It's just I got in a little bit of habit of drinking in New York. So like the first 2 days would be the biggest of like, okay, just don't do that habit, and then I adjust quickly to like a new routine. So it's like picking to another routine in New York of like, I'm not saying like another like addiction, just more like a now in the morning I go, walk somewhere or something like that, or go sit in a park or something. And then it just changes my routine instead of like going to get alcohol or whatever it was. And it wasn't even that it was a certain routine, but you just pick different patterns to do. And for me, pretty quickly, I'll adjust that. But I know like the first 2 days will probably be the biggest like little bit of a like temptation. And then after that, I'll just be cruising because and maybe it's only 1 day, but I'm just saying, like, probably when I first get there, there'll be that little bit of, like, because I kind of had gotten used to it, but that's just a habit thing. But it's not that it was, like, a recent habit, it was only, like, a habit when I was in New York. But, when you go to a familiar place and you want to do familiar things, so that's why I said it'll be a little bit of a temptation. But all I have to just do is say no. So, and my clients, when they offer it to me, is not a temptation if I'm not already drinking. So if I'm sober and a client offers me to drink, that's not a temptation for me because I'm already kind of in work mode. But if I was already drinking and then a client offers me a drink, then I'll probably say yes. And that's not good because I don't like to ever drink with clients anyways. It's just not a good idea to do. But so it's already like when I'm already kind of in the routine of it. But I don't break my sobriety with clients. No, I don't go like, oh, I'm gonna have my first drink. I've never done that. I just don't do that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just weird like that. Like it's a thing when I decide to do something like that. And like if I'm home, like in the past when me and Richard, like we talked about it before, and then we decided we're gonna break our sobriety. But In New York, I didn't tell him, but I did. It was something I really like thought about. That I was like, I thought through, and then I was like, now I want to do this for whatever reason. Then, but that's what I'm saying. Now it's a no. No matter what crazy idea why I think it's a good idea, it's just no, because it's not a good idea. But I knew then that it was kind of allowed, because I knew like Richard wasn't going to be that mad. He was a little mad at first, but not like that mad. I knew because he understands that like New York is a lot, and so whatever I needed to do, but I don't need to do it anymore. But I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad I mean, even though the whirlwind, I have scars for life now from the whole process. Oh, Richard was rubbing my elbow last night. My elbow still hurts so bad from when I rolled out of the car. I was like, could you please rub it? Like, cause it's just been killing me lately. And the hard thing is, when I go to rub it, I have like horror from that day. Like, it's like, it comes back in like flashes of that day, and it's like, it's bad. It was bad. Huh?
Would you like breakfast? I mean, I'll make breakfast for the ladies, maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna make breakfast for you.
Also, they're very curious how the pooping goes.
Oh, guess what? Yes, I pooed again this morning. So I forgot to mention that to you guys. Real good, like even better than yesterday. So another fabulous morning. Yeah, and it was a good morning. Yeah, very good morning. Are we going inside?
If you'd like to, it's nice.
It is pretty. It's not too hot yet, but pretty soon. The sun's getting more and more intense as it rises, as it gets later in the morning. But yes, I had. Thank you all for asking. I had a fabulous poo this morning, which is actually super important for your health. And if you're not pooing like good every morning, then you're probably eating wrong. And I never did for years. I didn't know that was a thing, and to poo regularly. I just thought you pooed occasionally, because I, always had bad eating habits. Usually like some sort of eating disorder, whether I was like not eating or eating and getting rid of it in a way, I don't like to talk about eating disorders too much because, I like to, but YouTube policy doesn't like me talking about that. Community guidelines, they don't want people talk about eating disorders too much. I think Eugenia Cooney changed all that. So they made new rules, and like, I don't remember what year, because we even were posting stuff, and then later it got taken down. Like, it was allowed when it first went up, but then it got taken down because it was a new thing in the last several years. But I never pooed regularly. Constipation was just such a common thing for me. Like, I was so used to that when we got on the keto diet, pooing every morning, I was like, wow, this is fabulous. This is really great. But then when we've been kind of on and off, we haven't. And so the last 2 mornings, woo, fingers crossed it continues. It really makes a difference. Especially if it happens in the morning. I know this is TMI, but it really, if you have in the morning, it's such a great start to your morning, and you feel so much lighter. You feel, like it really, you want to jump around after that, But yeah, I'm a little bit bloated this morning. Not bad, but like if I started to eat, it could be bad. That's why I have to wait. So I'm gonna wait till dinner. So when I go to dinner, that'll be the first time I eat my steak. I'm actually excited to have a nice steak. It's a really nice steak joint we're going to. So that'll be good. But it's hard to get them to not put any sort of anything on it. So hopefully I can request no sauces or anything on the steak, And I had to ask Richard, I'm like, how do I like mine? How do I like my steak? Because I don't ever I rarely order at restaurants. And he's like, medium rare. I was like, okay, thank you. Medium rare. So it'll be nice. But yeah, like I said, I don't like to, I have to kind of turn down all of the other stuff, because he's a sharer guy. But he understands I have a weird diet sometimes, and that some of them on it, some of them not. So it should be all right. I mean, he knows I'm weird. I've known him for a long time, so he knows I'm weird. And he's the one of the times when I got doxxed that, got me hotel rooms. So he knew that it was because that's he does. I have a weird life. He's a funny guy. But there's only a handful of clients that I even really know by name. Honestly, I don't know their names. But that are significant where me and Richard, talk about, and this guy's one of them because, the ones that have been around for so long and have, helped us in ways. A lot of them know I have a husband and everything, so I'm the ones that have, there's been a handful of clients that have helped us. There's another one that helped us, gave us a loan for this is how broke we were when we first got it. We had to get a loan just for the $2,000 for the down payment for the car from a client. And then the $2,000 to then get in a shitty loan with the car. But now we're in a better loan from USA, so that's good. Oh, and that company that I had the loan with is trying to give me credit cards, want me to get back with them, and I'm like, no, because they have like terrible interest, and so get out of here. No, thank you. But I was perfect with my payments for them, so they're trying to get me to get back with them. I'm like, no, thank you. You guys are terrible with your interest rates. It's one of those, shady little banks. I'm sure it's not shady. Every bank has to be legit in some sense, but they sure are shady with their interest rates. The banks that are for the people with bad credit and stuff. I didn't have bad credit. I just didn't have any credit. I used to have bad credit, but then I didn't do anything with credit for like 10 years. So it just clears. I think it was like 7 years it last. And that was when I was young, before I left Portland. I was drinking and bulimia is what gave me bad credit, because I ran up all these credit cards and didn't have the money. Kept thinking I could keep making the payments, but I was like making no money, I was making like $1,800 a month, and then you rack up these credit cards and you can't pay the payments. You're young and dumb, stupid. And that was just tragic to me. I was so upset by that. I mean, I actually, that was one of the times I tried to commit suicide, because the financial stuff, like, I didn't understand what to do when you get, like, when you're young. But then, I just stopped doing any sort of credit thing for a long time. Me and Richard everything had to be paid for. It was really, we had no sort of credit, and that made it very hard, because you pay a lot more for things. Credit, you have to pay the interest stuff, but I'm saying, like, you get a lot more discounts with things when you have credit. When you don't have credit, it's like everything's just the highest dollar of anything, And that went on. So now, in the last couple of years, we started to get credit cards again and stuff. So it feels good, because, I didn't even have a bank account for a while. It was all Richard's. And now I have my own bank account. I have my credit cards in my name, which it's actually really awkward to do things like, you can't even rent a car if you don't have a credit card in your name. So, the only person that can rent a car is the one who's got the credit card and stuff. So for many years, it was just like, everything was just weird. At the hotels, I couldn't check in, because everything was in Richard's name. And so it just, little things like that, like, can really set someone back a while, where it was my own fault, but I'm not blaming anyone, but it's just like, it really disconnects you from society if you don't feel like everyone else. Like, you don't have a bank account, you're just treated so different. So it feels good the last couple of years to kind of like feel more like normal people again. And we're really, really taking it serious this time, of keeping it good. Like, I've been on time for every car payment for the last, we had the car now 2 years. That's why we got a new loan, because we had not missed a payment. We've been on time, perfect. And we're gonna be on time. We already this is our second or third payment since our new loan, but we already scheduled it. It's in like a couple days. And so we're gonna be on time for that one too. But it's important for me to keep my credit good now, because I always wanted to, and my mom had like perfect credit, and that was very important in my family. They were really into that, and so when I messed up my credit, they were not happy. My family was not happy with me, and I wasn't either. So it feels good now to kind of I don't know, not be such an outcast. And being here is nice too, even though like it's a retirement community, but just kind of being like, a family, not being like so transient like me and Richard. Like, we were always moving, and we were like, traveling and going different places, which was really cool, but we were never really like feel like there was a home, like, because we were just, every place we made became our home, because I'm really good at like making it, but like, it's nice everybody being together, because we always kind of worried about Gloria and Annette too when we weren't here. So just we never plan on us all living here because it's a 2-bedroom, and that's a little tough, but it's good to be together. And Gloria's loving her new bed. Oh, and they went dancing last night. I don't know if Richard probably put up some shorts, but instead of Friday, they didn't go Friday night. And so we mentioned it to Gloria. We said, would you rather go tonight? And so she wanted to go, so that was good. And Richard was worried about her in the morning because she was resting, and he was like getting really worried again. And I'm like, I think she's just liking her new bed. And then we had to go somewhere. I don't remember where we went yesterday. We had to do something. And I can't even remember. It's something in the morning where we had to go do something, some appointment. And when we got back, Gloria had like been up, and then she had like went to the gym, and then I'm like, see, Rich, she's fine. And then when she got back, she wanted to go dancing, so I was like, oh, she's doing fine, so good. Because we're really trying to watch her to make sure she's feeling good, because she was not feeling good. So we were getting on her. She gets a little annoyed when you ask her things like about like her medicine, but we do it anyways. But she really gets annoyed when I ask her, so I'm like, Richard, will you ask her? But I'm like, Gloria, did you take a medicine? Yes, I did. She gets all like snarky with you, because she doesn't really like to be like babysat, but she won't let us give it to her. So it's like, I hope she's taking it. But it seems like since she's feeling better, she's taking her diabetes medicine. But she doesn't like to be kind of like she likes to be taken care of a little bit, like you can make her food a little bit, something like that, bring her food. But like if you start doing things like, telling her to take her medicine, she gets really irritated with that. Or like, she's doing a little chore for one of the neighbors, and I keep asking her, are you still remembering to do that? And she's like, yes, I am, I've done it for years. Because she's forgetful, so it's like, I just want to make sure, she's a little snarky with me. So she doesn't like if we're thinking she's forgetting things, but she does forget things, so it's a little bit tough. I think that older people don't like the idea that they're forgetting things, so it's irritating when you're reminding them, because then they think that you think they're forgetting, which they are, But anyways, I'm feeling really good today. It's a really good day. I'm about to go inside because it's starting to get hot out here. But this is a significant day of the day 7 no sugar, and day 10 no alcohol. So I'm gonna stick with it tonight. I can do it, and it's not. The person's not gonna be offended with dinner. It's just one of those I just hate being such a nuisance. I wish I was someone that could just be more normal, and I eat so well you can be, but not really, because what I've done with my body already, it's like I'm not normal anymore with my digestion. So I can't be that normal, and it's just hard to just feel so weird. Like I said, I am just so weird, and I'm so different than everybody else. And sometimes it's annoying when you have to do something like just go do a normal dinner, and I'm like, oh, I have an issue with alcohol and I have an issue with food, so dinners are not good for me. That's why I don't do the dinners. I don't mind the dinners. Back when I was eating bad, I didn't mind the dinners. I used to go more. But ever since I've been trying to do a keto diet in the last several years, the idea of going to dinners with clients, because I used to have clients that would pay me to go to dinner, and I would do that a handful of times over the years. But once we got on a strict diet, it was I don't really want to have to get off my diet for a dinner date, so I just tell them no dinner dates. But this one is an exception, so and I'm glad I'm going, because it'd be way worse to not. That would make me feel really bad, and I could do that, but it would not be right. And so it's one of those things, gotta suck it up. But I just wish I was more normal sometimes in certain encounters. If I wanted to be normal, I would be fully, but I don't know if I can fully be normal, but a little more. But in most instances, I don't mind being weird. But when you're with someone who's very normal, it's harder. This person's a very normal person. Not anything weird. I'm probably the weirdest thing in this person's life. Just knowing me is probably the weirdest thing. But I used to be so square, you know, so I know how to act that way, but I'm just not that way anymore, so it's more of an act now for me to act really square and proper. But I was raised proper. I mean, I know how to not be inappropriate, and I know how to be proper and ladylike. I just often choose not to be, which I should not do. But I don't know. My mom was a tomboy, but also very proper, and so it was kind of it went both ways though, because she could be very like kind of more manly, but then be very ladylike at other times. So okay, guys, time to go inside. I'm getting hot. Oof. So it's getting swass out here. Swass is sweaty ass, if you guys don't know. Okay, let's put this chair back. And let me get you guys. We'll go inside. We got swass when we came to Vegas in the Air Force. In these blue steely vans. Oh gosh, with no AC in July in Las Vegas. This was like year 2003, I think, or 2004, somewhere around there. I can't remember. 2003, I don't remember. It was my first time in Vegas. It was 2003, 2004, I can't remember, to be honest. I was in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force from 2002 to 2006, so somewhere in that time.